Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back to Pinky Who Art's live painting sessions, where I share my painting process and my latest work with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I see Vanessa's already here. Morning or good afternoon for you, but so glad to have you here. Yay. I'm sure people are gonna start trickling in, but if you haven't done so already, it would be awesome if you can share, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching me on X, then maybe do a like and repost. All that will help with, my artist journey and all that shenanigans. Yeah, so and good morning, Trevor. I knew you were here somewhere. Thank you so much. So yeah, let's get started, I guess. I think I still have my painting from last week up here. Um, 45. Oh, Vanessa said she only has 45 minutes and she still jumped on. So I appreciate it so much and no worries at all. And yes, life goes on, and we have to attend to life. And anyways, I still have my last painting here. Let me know if you guys want to take a closer look. But I know that I just want to get into my current painting. I did like a short session last week. I did a short session last week, so I did work on it quite a bit since we I was live. So I want to show you my progress. Um, and then we'll just go right into it. We'll see. I'm really hoping I can get close to finish today, but we'll see. It always takes longer than I think. But yeah, I worked on this area a lot because I feel like this is the focus and the main thing of the painting. And as I'm working on this piece, I also realized there's things that probably will improve for the next piece. So it's all good things to be discovered as middle of the painting. Sometimes when we do sketches, we don't really know these things, especially this is such a big piece that when it gets blown up, things change and whatnot. But anyways, we have this girl here. I worked on her face quite a lot. And her body, her finger. I really like how her hand turned out actually. And her pose is like kind of emerging from the flower, but there's a weight to it, right? And last week I shared like this little orbis holding kind of needle to her neck, so she can't really relax, but she can't really get up because of this weight. And this is my way of showing the tension we have when we're going through anxiety and whatnot. Let me know in the comments or in the chat how anxiety shows up for you. And then there is the rest of the painting that I'm going to work on today. On my little stepping stool, because this painting is so big, I had to like step up to show you guys. I do want this two flower to be way more detailed, but some of this flower in the peripheral, I'm probably not going to work on it too much because I don't with the peripherals, the secondary things, I want to be slightly out of focus, so your eyes does really just go to the main subject and whatnot. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching and being here. I'm gonna set my camera right here because this cluster, I feel like I need to work on that next. As you can see, I did way more detail here, right? And it just feels natural that this area needs to be more detailed because I have an work bed here. And this girl's laying on the floor. And then I'm gonna start working on this area. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna set my camera right here. This seems like the right size. And my blender brush ready. So I started kind of playing with this grayish color and a tan color, and I could really kind of like love how muted and how, I don't know, central, maybe that's not the word, but this muted shades. Someone commented to tell me that they like my muted color, and I was like, yeah, I've been into muted color lately, and there must be a reason, I think. And I did add a quite bit of gray into that teal color to get that muted color. So we'll see how that goes today. Gorgeous. Oh, thank you so much, Vanessa. I really appreciate it. But I was telling, I had, a chat this morning on X, and I was saying that, like, I don't know if you feel this way, but for me, every so often, every 3 or 4 months or so, I hit this like patch where things start to feel a little bit harder. There's that tension in the creation. And I also, before, when I was, before I would freak out about it, but now I also know that that tension also means I'm evolving, I'm getting better. So I know that once I come out of that tension, my art is probably going to jump a level again. Let's hope that's the case. I'm looking forward to growth, and it's always exciting that now I recognize a sign of that's about to happen. But I really appreciate that. And then maybe next year my artwork will be even more amazing, you know? I'm having this collection, this series I'm exploring has been good because it's so big that it's been challenging for me. And and through the challenge, that's partly why I'm feeling the tension. And then through the tension, there will be growth. Oh, sounds good, Vanessa. Sounds good. I'll try to be more descriptive so that you can imagine what's happening. And please focus on driving. So what I'm doing right now, so I did just one color as a first wash right now, right? So now I am kind of dropping in a darker color in some edges. I did glaze this area, so the watercolor paint is kind of spreading a little bit. And I am working on trusting the water do the job, so I won't manipulate it too much. Just a little bit, I guess, to guide the paint where I want it to be. Muted colors are coming, yeah, which I think is appropriate for uh this topic I'm exploring. So yeah. Sometimes I don't know why I make certain decisions. Then I talk about it on my live and you guys give me the context and I it's always like epiphany, like yeah, duh, that's totally the reason. But I feel like I'm not as good as coming up putting the words to some of these concepts. Sometimes I'm good at it. But yeah, how's your week been, Trevor and Vanessa? Or don't, oh, if you're driving, you don't need to answer, Vanessa. Safety first. But yeah, Trevor, hope you had a good week. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. That was such a heady topic. And for those of you who are listening or watching, I did host a X Spaces this morning with a fellow artist to talk about how AI is affecting our artist decisions and journey and whatnot. And then we got into some pretty deep and larger topics that has more to do with humanity than artists. But as an artist, we also have the responsibility to talk about those things, I feel like. It's a phenomenal process, so one goes through to learn and grow. Yeah, Vanessa always puts these things in such well articulated way that I find myself sometimes having a harder time. So thank you, Vanessa, for your contribution, for sure. I think I'm gonna do a second wash with this darker teal color, then I'm gonna go in with some of that tan color actually. I'm also being super like stingy with my paint today. What's going on? Today is my go day, so and sometimes it's almost better for me when I have plenty of time, I also find myself doing things worse and slower. But when I have so much on my schedule, I just go without thinking about it. And a lot of times that it's better. But I don't know if how I can replicate that on a regular basis. Oh, that's beautiful how it came out. Let's do this side. Wig is good, that's good. Great to hear. I think Vanessa, you had your family visiting your son and grandkid and whatnot, right? Last week. I hope you had a great time. And time really goes by so fast with those little ones, so every moment is to be treasured. Okay, so let's drop some darker here, darker here. Else. I like how this is spreading. Oh, that's funny. English is not my first language. I struggle around. Oh, I cannot. Well, I guess I did never heard you speak, but from your typing, Vanessa, I would not guess that English is not your first language at all. Um, So no worries at all. You're doing great. And sometimes I actually English is not my native. Chinese is actually my first language, and English is my second. But at this point of my life, I definitely have more. I'm definitely more proficient in English than Chinese. My child is learning Chinese in school, so I'm like forcing myself to get familiar with it so I can, teach her and watch her homework. But yeah, maybe it's not as you're saying that, I'm thinking maybe it's not a language skill, it's more a mind skill. It was so amazing. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so today I'm kind of on a streak of not overthinking things, so maybe that's how I will paint today as well. Hopefully that translates or carries through. So we have this shade darker. And this painting in the back of me on the wall, I've been staring at this. I don't think I'm gonna do it live, but maybe I'll make a video about it. Is that I see areas I want to rework. So after I'm done with current painting, I might go back to the other one and do a little bit more on top. I don't do that very often because I do recognize, it's a never-ending process. We can always go back and make more and make better. But this one, I want to do that too. Right now, I'm just adding some variations, bringing out some details in some areas. Oh, that's amazing, actually. And Oh wow, that's really amazing, Vanessa. Yes. Actually, my in-laws are just here to visit my granddaughter during fall break, and it was so awesome to see them. And she was so excited every morning waking up, like to like just wake them up as soon as she's up. I felt bad for my in-laws because I think she's been waking them up really early, but I'm sure they don't mind just for a few days. And sign language is so awesome to know. That's awesome. Let's see. Continuation here. Mm, do I want to do that here? I think that's good. A little bit texture here. I usually do this edging at the end, but I have been doing it as I go. And I think either way is fine. I don't think I prefer one way or another. So today, because these edges are kind of messy, I kind of just want to deal with it now. So my anxiety doesn't, get worse as I go. Mm. So I'm just cleaning up some of the edges by just tracing over them with a slightly darker shade of paint. And Trevor, I'm sorry, but you have been up party for so long now. But I hope you enjoyed this morning's conversation. I should probably let this more dry because I want to go dab in with some harder color. So I'm gonna wait till that dries a little bit. So this orbit is trying to climb this very thin stem. Dangerous behavior, I say. Oh, that's really amazing. Vanessa works with an ASL as an ASL sign language. I actually don't know what ASL stands for, but he a sign language interpreter doing medical in person and virtually. That's really awesome. Oh, thank you so much for asking. My week's been awesome, actually. I'm feels very busy this week because my daughter she was home on Monday because it was fall break, so we took her to like a pumpkin patch with a friend. It was awesome time, but also then I have all that work piled up to do rest of the week, so I'm hustling. I'm just hustling and going, trying to get as much done as I can each day. Uh, just because she's on break doesn't mean I get to, but I had to make time. And that's how it goes. Mm. I gotta be careful about how warm I want some of these branches to be. The color I mix is with a lot of blue in it, so it's very muted. think I ditched. That's good. Let's move on to this one. American Sign Language. Thank you. And I guess it just dawned on me. I guess every language will have its own sign language. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I never realized that. Oh, the things you learn when you talk to people outside your comfort zone. Yeah, duh, of course. Funny, can you believe I never engaged with that thought? It's like every sign language is different, duh. Oh, I shouldn't. As I feel like this, my second wash, I really want to go in with, solid dark colors and be decisive about it. I think when I do that, the result always comes out the best. A lot of times when I'm unsure, be indecisive, then my second wash kind of becomes just a wash again, and I don't think that achieves the result I want. Yeah, Trevor said he also has a family member that does sign language. That's awesome, Trevor. I want to say you mentioned that at some point, because I vaguely remember. Do you know any sign language, Trevor? Or just a little bit? Other little sign language I learned is actually from my kid when she was a baby. Because you teach them a little bit of sign language first before they start speaking. So I do know just a couple of things, but not too much. I really want to get into the gouache part of this painting today, so fingers crossed. Oh, that's awesome. And for anyone who's watching and you haven't said hi already, jump in the chat. Let me know you're here. And also, of course, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing, feel free to ask. Usually the area under all these petals are darker. So I wanted to bring some more darker shades here under the petals. Also creates like a cast shadow kind of effect. it here. Not myself. Oh, no worries. It's never too late to learn, I guess. Speaking of too late to learn, my father lives in China, right? It's unfortunate I don't really see him, but I do talk in every week. So he told me yesterday that he's kind of sad actually, that he wants to start learn. He's really likes the sax and he wants to like learn. And then he went to the lesson in the store and everything, and they like rejected him, say you're too old to learn. And I was like heartbroken for him. I feel like that will never happen in the US. And I also feel like it's never too late to learn something, right? If you have the intent to do it. But certainly live with different kind of, and when he's told me that, I kind of realized that like, wow, we live in different world across a galaxy, might as well be. Yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. I think I'm just gonna leave that be and not go anymore with it. But this one now I feel like probably can use a little bit depth. Right? Yes. I know. I think, yeah, Vanessa, I'm a firm believer in that. But I guess that's not. I'm so mad for him. Okay, I think I add a little bit more depth to this. Yeah, but I encourage him if that's, one place doesn't do it, maybe try a different place. But I think he was so discouraged. He was like, I'm not gonna do it. But maybe I can convince him to try again at some point. Okay, that's good. Sort this one a little bit. I agree. I hope that no matter how old I get, I'll always have things that I want to learn, I want to explore. Otherwise, how boring will life be, right? I guess today would, I guess these days you can't really be bored with life. I think, in fact, we all have the opposite problem. But I have too much things to do and not enough time. But I think learning something carries different weight than just passively scrolling and consuming content. Yeah, exactly. Life is all about learning. I really like all these hard shadows now that it's happening, starting to happen. Okay. I think that looks good. Probably work on this a little bit, but not too much. Like I'll probably be always learning more about art and watercolor because there's always just more to learn, more to master, which I think is also the super appealing part about being an artist. You can never stop learning about it, I guess. And I do experiment a lot. As I mentioned in the beginning, every so often I feel that tug and like struggle. I think before, for a long, long time, when I feel that, I'll get so discouraged because things don't flow, and then I get discouraged, I guess. It's that ego talking, I know. But now I've learned to recognize that sign. It's pretty exciting. Now our ego, our own ego, is a funny, funny thing. Yeah, I think, I know I have pink hair and I'm super girly and I like girly things, but I think teal is one of my favorite colors. And I feel like teal just goes well with all other colors, literally. But thank you. Yeah, I think I'm using this, muted brown to contrast the teal and really brings out that color, the saturation, the brilliance of it.
Think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than
Cool.
you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now
I'm
that's
still
painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself.
adding some dots, some textures along the way.
You can
Probably
have
make this darker. So I mentioned earlier that there's stuff I can improve, right? And I think one of the things is I think I have a scale problem. I'm trying because it's on a big canvas. There's like two ways you can fill it, right? You can fill it with more stuff that it's, but not changing the scale with more stuff so that there's, more stuff to look at, or you can enlarge everything so that the same amount of stuff will fill more space. And I think I've been experimenting, I've been not experimenting, I've been doing the first, which is fill more stuff in. But I don't know if that was the right move. I don't know. I'll probably know once. I'll probably have more information when I'm done with it, looking at it vertically. Because my eyes kept on going to the face, the main figure. But yeah, you guys let me know. Is it better to have a bigger stuff or smaller but more stuff? If you had to choose, I guess. Okay. So this is what we have so far. Okay. Okay. I think it flows. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna work on these big flowers right here. Hi, Tom. Hi, Black Pinky. Thank you, thank you. I take that as a huge compliment. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I'm working on this painting from last week. I don't think you were here last week. This is what I have so far. I've drawn these little dudes, little girls. I'm hoping to get to them today. But so I'm going through like the watercolor part, the watercolor part as fast as I can. Smallest is the best. Oh, okay. Noted on that. Yeah, I don't have the answer for it. I was like, do I want to smaller is the best? Thank you. Vanessa said, so I posed a question, when I go bigger, is it better to do more stuff, but so in comparison, the scale be smaller or bigger stuff, bigger scale, fill it up. And Vanessa said it all depends. Tom said he likes it smaller but more stuff, I'm guessing. Less is more sometimes, Trevor said. Oh, okay. So our opinion is all over the map today. I think I'm gonna take what Vanessa said actually. It kind of depends. Part of it depends on what I'm working on in subject and going level deeper because I've been trying to study storytelling that maybe some will warrant one versus another, right? Okay. So this piece I chose to do more stuff because I think that adds to that frazzle anxiety feeling. And then the more you look at, kind of creates that experience. We'll see how it goes at the end. Less is more usually, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Tom asked, do you ever struggle to color match your previous day color paint with starting a new day? Absolutely. I just went through that. Um, but I don't wash my palette or anything. In fact, I never wash my palette. Maybe I'll wash my palette like once every 5 or 6 paintings. So my paint is usually there. And I usually remember what paint I used to mix it, so it hasn't been a huge problem. But I do have to remind myself to be careful about not making the cooler area suddenly warm because I'm coming back the next day, etc., etc. But I was sharing that I've been struggling a little bit just because I feel that the creative tug and pull again, and that usually means I'm about to go through some sort of growth if I keep going, and going bigger in the size of the canvas absolutely just brought that. And hence the question asked, should I go one way or another? And I guess I should just do both and see how it goes. So maybe next piece I do is gonna be bigger scale, but then I'm sure that's gonna present some other problems, which I'm happily to solve, not complaining. The watercolor interact with the grain of paper shows the flow. Yes, and I think that is one of the most beautiful thing about watercolor is that flow. And that flow cannot be replicated because that is absolutely something like one day I do it, it'll be one look, and the other day I do it, it'll be totally different. Vanessa said I should just follow my gut. I think that's a great advice. Who cares? I'll just do what I want. But I do want to just do all the things that are possible so I discover what's my edge, I guess. Oh, I saw a quote recently from Miyazaki, the animator, the filmmaker, and he said, I constantly live on the wait, what did he say? The quote says, every day I am aware of my own limitations. And I think that's so beautiful because to me, as I read that quote, that means every day he's pushing his boundary to find his own limitations. And I think as artists and just as a human being, that is something to strive for. Don't stay in the comfort zone. Every day, push yourself to feel uncomfortable, to realize what you are, what you can do, and therefore you can figure out ways to do it the next day. Oh, hi, Wonder. Oh, hi, Graphic. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody popped in just all the same time. Okay, sounds good, Vanessa. Safe driving and good luck with your appointment. Hi, Graphic. You're not getting notified. What happened? Yeah, Tom, please. I love autumn leaves. They turn color in the most beautiful way. Actually, my phone has tons of photos of it. Actually, yesterday I just deleted some. I was like, I have so many of these. I probably need to free up some space for other things. I wonder, Graphic, how you been? Yes, I love Miyazaki. He is definitely an idol for me among a few other artists. He is an observer, a quiet child, he said, and has always been observing. And that's why his films are so full of rich emotions and nuances that he's gathered. But yeah, every day he's aware of his own limitations. So beautiful. Um, and so Wonder and Graphic, how you guys been? How's life? How's your week been? I shared earlier that this week has been a little crazy for me because I have so much stuff I gotta get done, and then my daughter was home from fall break, so not she's back in school now, but now I need to catch up on so much stuff. But also, I share that because I have so much stuff, I'm just not overthinking each thing and just like just going for it, and that's actually I think better. But I don't know how I can replicate that. I don't want to be stressed out all the time. So I'm glazing the leaves. These leaves are quite big. So I am glazing them and I'm gonna drop in some pretty saturated paint to see what happens, to see what the water feels like today. Jenny Jenny's your idol? Yes, Jenny's too cool to not be an idol, right? And she's such a badass. This is the first time I'm hearing of daughter graphic. No way. This is no way. You have to heard that before. I talk about it all the time. But yes, I have a 6-year-old daughter. She is in first grade. I need to jog your memory a little bit. Maybe graphic, you'll know. You'll remember it. Oh, and Wonder, I'm sorry to hear that you're tired and emotional, but busy is good. Working life. Are you keeping up with your live stream? That's good. I just had one, just that one, the 6-year-old. I don't know if I can handle it anymore. Although it'd be nice to have a playmate for her, I guess sometimes I think about that. See, this is spreading quite nicely. And back to Tom, I'm constantly torn between which Blackpink member I like. And honestly, they switch depending on which month it is and what song I just heard, which just means I love them all. But I think lately Rosé is my favorite. lately. Ask me again next week, though. You haven't streamed? Oh no. Yes, yes, yes. Oh no. Oh, home farm. No, no, no. My apparently first graders also have fall break. Uh, and I was talking to another friend who's my age said like kids these days has way more breaks than we used to remember. They're like in school less days and less hours in a day. What's up with that? So this flower is pretty close to us, so I want to make it a bit more detailed. So it's spreading nicely. She's Susapanya, yes. I just think she's so cute, you know. She's like, and with the accent, oh my gosh, I love her accent. So guys, I ordered some purple hair that I'm gonna attempt to braid as like Rumi's hair from K-pop Demon Hunter for Halloween. I'm not gonna dress up, I'm gonna try to do the hair. We'll see how that goes. I've been watching some YouTube videos. So behind on Inktober. Oh yeah, Inktober that. I'm so behind, I never started, so there you have it. And I like what graphics say. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. True that. Don't stress yourself out. Oh, this is supposed to be fun, right? Graphic, how you been doing Inktober stuff? I know Ken has been killing it. I feel like I see his feed on my Instagram. Okay. Oh. So I was like talking and then kind of feel like let this run away from me. Okay, come back, come back. Okay. So depth. Let's add some more here. I think I need to let this area dry a little bit, so I'm gonna go in some super dark color. I have kind of came up with that. I think I want to work on this for a little bit longer, or maybe I might take a this meaning this series. But then I think I might take a tiny break to work on another idea I came up with. Just like, you know, I take breaks with my irrational temptations, but this is something else that I want to experiment with and try. Okay, this needs to dry. I'm gonna let that dry, do this first, and then go back to it. Okay. 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 Look at that. Water glazes. I know, I guess, are you guys ready for Halloween? Is this something that you guys look forward to, or you don't really care about it? Halloween's always been one of my favorite holidays, if you count that as holiday, before I had kids and after I had kids. But with kids, it's just so much more work. In fact, today after I live stream, I need to go take my kid to like a holiday Halloween event where they do trick-or-treating slightly early. Water glazes sound like a thumbnail. Water glaze. think I'm gonna add a little bit of blue actually to darken it. What I'm trying to, so water glaze is a song, could be a song. But then lately I realized that the hard part about the water glaze is using just the right amount of water. Any more, any less, the effect does not come out good. Oh, hello, Omar. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for stopping by earlier in my spaces. Yes, I am working on this big ass painting. And because it's so big, I'm coming up with, not coming up, but to borrow Miyazaki's words, realizing my own limitations. Oh, hello. Oh, Crimson. Oh my God, can I call you Crimson? Thank you for stopping by. So he's a digital artist, or he or she, I'm sorry. Digital artist, 15 years experience. Oh wow, that's awesome. I just started learning traditional watercolor. It's so magical. Digital cannot compare. Yes. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so, maybe hit that like and subscribe button, I guess. I'm sorry I had to plug that in and be shameless. That is exactly kind of, I play with AI art for a little bit and digital art for a little bit. I have digital art creations, but I decided to go back to my watercolor roots. I was trained as an oil painter actually, but watercolor kind of captured my heart of that exact reason that it cannot be replicated, and I don't think AI can replicate it either, because all the AI watercolor art I see are looks more mixed media than true watercolor. And also it's a very meditative experience because so much of it is out of our control. You gotta have to let the water do its thing. But yeah, if any questions of what to do and whatnot, let me know. Thank you, Omar. I know I so out of all the things, I feel like live painting has been the thing I've been like most strict with myself about. Like no matter what, I cannot miss this activity. The arts, os. Can I say os on my own live stream? Will they block me? I don't know. Did you share the link in Discord? I did not. Oh, I did not share the link in Discord. I forgot. Oh, thank you, Tom. Yes, I'll check after I'm done for sure. But yeah, I just feel like watercolor is definitely something that is hard to replicate because shoot, I can't even replicate it myself sometimes from day to day. Like water spreads like this way today, but then tomorrow it might do something completely different. So that's pretty awesome. Especially with AI and everything these days, that is something hard to combine. So Crimson, if you're still on, I guess I want to ask, how has AI, stable diffusion, changed or affected your work if you're still here? I'm always curious to talk to real life digital artists um, or concept artists because it affects them the most. This flower is still a little wet. I'm gonna let that maybe in a little bit I can start going off on it. I mentioned earlier that the right amount of wetness is the key to watercolor. And then how you tell is that I guess if you look at from the side, it should just be a little bit of sheen, a little bit shiny. There shouldn't be any water pooling anywhere, even though sometimes it's hard to avoid. Oh, thank you, Graphic. Graphic is so proud. He's like, I already did before you asked. Come on. Thank you so much. But yes, ooh, that's too much. So I'm adding some navy blue to my teal for some areas as the under part of the leaves, I guess. That's cool. You see, like after I pull out my brush, it's really not done. It's gonna do what it wants to do. And I'm learning to trust the process and try not to manipulate it too much, because then it loses that flowiness of it. I'm still here. Actually, took 8 months off because AI made me lose motivation. Soulless perfect art is generated in seconds. Hard to be. Oh, yes, I understand what you're saying wholeheartedly. So now you're finding solace in traditional art again. That's so awesome to hear. I was just talking about it this morning in a space with my art friend. Even though we kind of start talking about more in the for videos, because like I'm sure you guys have seen all these Sora 2 videos on Instagram and TikTok that have been flooding it. All these fake, not fake really, just Sora 2 videos flooding in social media. And then I guess the conversation really stemmed from like what draws a line for you, like what is not okay to create. And then for an dip pen ink and awesome. Oh, nice. Yeah, graphic is awesome in ink. I actually love dip pens. And actually, I want to show you. I have like these ones that I use. I use once in a while. And I also have these glass ones, which I love. They're so cool. Yeah, I used to do quite a lot of more ink in my art, but not lately, actually. Thinking about that, now you just reminded me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Sora 2 and video creation. And then as an artist, we start talking about, what, because I can't imagine myself start creating, because the Sora 2's capabilities, I can upload my own face and then I can make videos of myself doing things that I, didn't actually do in real life. And then it kind of, for me, gets into this artist integrity part, right? Because right now, that I'm doing this, I can't really fake it, right? But I could very easily do it in Sora too, about me working on some watercolor painting that I actually didn't do. Um, yes, like awesome, yes. And so we just kind of went down a rabbit hole about AI and then all that stuff. Yeah, so I rambled, I think. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Um, also said, if I ever find out whoever I'm talking to on social media is using a chat bot to answer reply, I would probably stop, be friends with them. But that's just me, right? I don't know if you guys feel the same way. There might be people out there who are completely fine with that. It's all new territory, new things that we didn't have to use to deal with, but now suddenly I find myself had to address these things. So yes, I will probably I could use Sora for like B-rolls on my, videos if I make them and need some B-rolls. But I probably won't do anything with myself in it because I think that cheapens my brand maybe. Just talking out loud, obviously. And no judgment out there for anyone else, for all other artists that do it in a different way. I think ink and watercolor go so beautifully together. Maybe because I'm thinking wise, and maybe the softness of watercolor with the assertiveness and the edges of ink. It's a great contrast, which is hard to achieve sometimes in art. right now, what I'm using different hues to kind of achieve that contrast. Hues and colors, I guess I should say. I dislike AI completely. Did you, Graphic, now that we're on this, did you ever find yourself liking it more at one point and then suddenly you've been turned off by it? Because I feel like when it first came out, I was so fascinated by the capabilities and the possibilities. But now, I don't know. Perfect art lacks soul. The art I do here has so much mistake, but has so much mistake that that makes a human, I guess. Akiko Yoshida's art. I feel like I know that artist. I probably know that artist. Oh, okay. I don't know this artist. She's not what I was thinking of. I'm looking her up. Wow, her art is very, very detailed. I see the contrast between washes and ink. There's like a chaoticness to it, but it also is at the same time super, super energetic and robust. Cool. I don't hate AI, but Trump Putin animation is so funny. But that's not AI, it's what the users do with AI. Yes, yes, Wonder. I totally agree with that as well. Because we can't really blame AI for everything, right? Because they're just tools. They're just sitting there minding their own business until us humans go in and mess with them. So this area is a bit more dry now. Okay. Hey, Graphic, this is not a competition now, okay? I guess I also feel like human beings are very easily corrupted and tempted, so that the fact that all these companies are launching all these things are also influencing our human behavior in some ways too. I've also seen like Blackpink music videos that is not their music or their original video, but looks so good. It's mind-blowing. So I guess when you use it creatively, it can still be really awesome. So I'm going into the middle and adding just some really dark color to give the depth to push away back. But I guess the important thing is that we need to somehow know that they are not real things we're looking at, right? But I don't know if everyone has that capability or is aware enough. That's a part that scares me the most. I dislike AI as far as art goes. Yeah, because that takes the art out of it. True. But then it also makes a lot of, I'm sure some, graphic artists or even movie filmmakers' job like way cheaper or I shouldn't say job, like the companies they can spend less money, but also that takes away people's jobs, so that's not good either. I yeah. You really should make those tech companies that create these AI pay for people's like basic income. There you go. That's what I think. Because they're making so much money from all of it that they should support the people that they put out of jobs. Okay, so I pushed it way back, this dark part now. Now I have some blue. Yes, the part well, this is always the part I'm like super scared to do, but when I do it, it makes a lot of difference. And I wetted the surrounding a little bit so that they express a tiny bit, but not too much. And I have a really dark navy right now. I'm gonna go in underside. Let's see what happens. And I'm just dripping it. I'm not like painting it like some areas. Just drip, 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 drip. Now probably do this underside as well, like a tiny bit. I think the biggest difference between like digital and watercolor is that watercolor, like water really does like, I feel like 60% of the job, which is awesome, which is unique, which is different from oil painting and acrylic painting, I think. Oh shit. Okay. See how it looks together. Cool. I think I'm going with a little bit color here. Like these petals are fine with bright. I think I want to make this darker. Yeah, I agree with that statement. Graphic AI has its place in our lives and our society. It's kind of up to us humans to draw the line. Is that the right word to say it? Draw the line? But no, also humans. We're so full of flaws. Can we really trust ourselves to do the right thing? Gonna leave that be. I'm gonna let it dry and see if I need to add any more colors. But this flower is kind of the main flower because this is more on the edge. Oh, wait, hold on. Digital TDS having unlimited under seconds. Oh, that is a fascinating, fascinating point of view, Crimson. Because I literally was saying in my other last week's live stream that I wish there was a Control Z in real life for my watercolor. Because sometimes they're like, oh crap, that is gonna have to stay, and I will have to figure out something to cover it or to resolve it. So there's no Control Z for watercolor, you know. But also, I think those accidents and those things is what makes art. And I think anyone can agree with me on that. Control Z. Control Z. I wish there was a Control Z for real life. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay. Oh, still very wet here. Okay. A little dark. I'm gonna glaze this part. When I glaze, I try to be very careful with the edges because I disagree, Pinky. Which part? So that I shouldn't control Z my watercolor. That's probably true. That's hilarious, actually. And it's like when I see my kid try to, do the swipe thing on the TV. Well, first of all, she can't wrap her mind around actual TV when my husband's watching sports or something. You can't just like stop and skip over the commercials. But I see her like swiping, not anymore, but when she was younger. But it's hilarious that happened to you. It's funny. In all the sci-fi books I read, like paper is gonna become a luxury, a thing of the past at some point, because all the trees we're killing to make paper is gonna eventually be not available, right? So tablet is gonna be the only thing we have. So then that might be cool. I also don't know how many years we are away from that. So I'm making these petals underneath a little bit more darker, less bright. Cool. I just spent a lot of times on these two flowers, so I'm gonna move on to some of the girls here and see where we end up. You swipe the TV. I know it's kind of cute when they do it, but then you're like, oh man. But I also feel like they're gonna be way more technologically savvy than I will ever be. I guess that's the exciting part. So these flowers, I hope I'm gonna try to stop myself from working in too much detail. Like this one specifically, I want it to be just very gestural. So I'm using depth of colors to bring in hues, I guess, to bring in depth, but also the visual trick of making the areas more detailed where I want your eyes to go, and then other areas more gestural and blurry, quote unquote. So your eyes won't linger too much there. So this, I guess, is my second wash of all the areas. I did my first wash last week live. And now we're just gonna zoom through it because I really want to get to the gouache part of the painting where I had to paint with actual paint instead of water, I always say. Dinner now, guys. I know, so true, Crimson's like I need things that will help me do all the things I hate doing, like cooking and cleaning. Not art. Boo. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by, Crimson. Have a great evening. I'll leave that be. That looks good. It's pretty good. Okay. So these two, I think I want to do a little bit more detailed. If I can find my edges. I guess all the tech companies are working on the low-hanging fruit first, so to speak. Kind of randomly add some dark color in the center. It's pretty dark. I know, I can't wait to have a house cleaning robot. I'm waiting, guys. When is that gonna happen? Glad I don't have shaky hands today. Sometimes I do when I drink too much coffee. Oh, I'm proud of myself for I drink a protein shake before I started. Remember, I always get so hungry when I'm live streaming. Pinky, of someone call you the GOAT, do you know what it means? Yes, the greatest of all time. Thank you. Are you calling me that right now? Unless it's another meaning now, unless it's a hidden meaning among the youngins. Also, I think that title comes with a lot of pressure too, yeah. That's good. See this part spreading a little bit, it's cool. Or maybe I don't like how its edge is pulling. So usually when that happens, I'll just get some, sure, why not? Thank you, well, thank you. Boosting my confidence today, my self-esteem. So I just do some clear water, clean water to kind of bring that back. I know I'll probably have to go back and do more dots there when it's slightly more dry. I think I want to add a little bit of texture here. Or we can all be that. How's that? Why not, right? There's only one of us in this entire universe. That is something to be celebrated and cherished. At least I hope there's only one of me out there. Go in with some brown here. Oh, what happened here? That's way messy. But I guess I don't mind all that texture as my underpainting. I think it might be actually cool. Oh, you're so humble. But yeah, if you ask me, I don't think I want to be a go because that just means A, it's a lot of pressure. B, then what's the fun in it, right? In the beginning of the stream, I said that the learning, the struggle of life and art, it kind of is what gives life meaning and purpose. Otherwise, we'll be in a constant stasis, and what's the fun in that? Stardust. We are stardust. I'm not a like I'm actually kind of OCD, so doing watercolor was like something I really had struggled with in the very beginning because it just does what it wants to do. I can control it only to a certain extent. I know that with more experience, some watercolor artists can control it really, really well and precise. But at the same time, I also do appreciate the spontaneity and the surpriseness, the surprises that comes out of the watercolor. Good, makes the center even darker. Now that it's pretty dry, I hope it doesn't spread so that there's like another layer depth. Cool. I'm gonna leave that be for now. Maybe I'll do some. Yeah. I think I'll go with some teal color in a little bit. But here, it's just, let's see. Sometimes if it's too wet, then I dab that it will stay for a little bit, that it will just spread. But I think it seems to be staying. So I'm gonna do another ring of even darker thing, darker texture, and I hope that stays. Cool. Let's do this one. I have been toy. I think my next set of series, I might with more emphasis on the gouache part. I don't know. I woke up one day thinking that. You'll be surprised how much hint in life I take from my literal dreams. I became a shoe designer in my past life because I literally had a dream about it. So I guess I take my dreams pretty seriously. So yeah, I woke up the other day, had a dream that I need to do a just like gouache as a main medium and then watercolor as just a peripheral background texture maybe. So I want to do that next. Shadow. I had to constantly remind myself of the light source in watercolor because it's so easy. Because once I cover the part that I don't want to cover it up, then like that's it. I just had to, I don't know. Once I cover the light part with dark ink, for example, or dark paint, then there's no going back. You had a dream around a surfboard shop. Oh, that's cool. Maybe in a parallel universe, you are doing that right now. I think dreams are the coolest thing. I wish I can remember all my dreams. I know keeping a dream journal helps, but I don't always remember. Hmm. I don't like this dark line, but harsh line here. Also, I guess, do you guys believe in a parallel universe? I know it's very sci-fi and it takes, someone's pure imagination to believe in it, but I want to believe that there is a parallel universe. So I have some of that dark blue. See, this area slightly wetter, so when I dab, it kind of spreads like that. So when it dries a little bit, I'll go back and add some more of this color. But I'm going to move on from that for now. And then, oh, this is it's also a point of the painting now. I can't even reach. I gotta step on this. I'm open to the idea completely. Nice. As that's awesome. Yes. So you have imagination. Also, watercolor always dries lighter than you think it does. Constantly go back to add more pigments in it because I didn't do enough of it, even though I thought I did. So let's fix that gray area. Okay. Oh, I hope a lot have kind of dark. I'm unpacking that. I also think happiness is relative, yeah. That what makes you happy in this life might not be the thing that makes you happy in another life, vice versa. In Buddhism, it's saying happiness is an illusion. Being happy is actually not a good thing. I don't know what you think about that. It's actually the evenness of life. If you're just like constantly even, neither happy nor unhappy, then it's like the ideal place to be. Okay, so I'm gonna add some gray in that area. There we go. I think for me, I'm just more curious about what I will be doing in another universe, like who I will be with, what kind of things I'm experiencing. And I probably wouldn't want that for my lifetime here, because that also means I had to sacrifice something else in this lifetime, which I guess I don't want to do. So I mixed a lot of gray into this teal color I had. I'm gonna kind of dull this area down. Just be. If I drop water in the paint, then it kind of does this thing, which is kind of cool. Could leave that like that. Yeah. And you know, you watch those like butterfly effect in TV shows or whatever. Like someone make a wish, they wish like one thing, and then something else changes and gets messed up, which is not what I want either, I guess. Sounds good. Okay. So I have some gray mix, so let's find all the gray areas that I can work on. Yes. Let's do this. Drop in on the edges, and I'm hoping it'll spread towards the center. And that's all I'm gonna do. Thank you, Trevor. I'm happy that today I'm not constantly finding myself thinking, oh, don't mess that part up, or don't mess that part up. That I'm just kind of going. And it feels pretty good today. And trust me, that's not every day. I think she's slowly emerging from the ugly girl phase. Slowly. Drop a couple things here. Let that be. Let that be. Oh, I just suddenly remembered that my masking fluid on those orbits have been there for almost a week. I hope there's no regrettable moments. Because sometimes, for those of you who are not familiar with masking fluid, if you leave it on for too long, and if you have like thinner quality or thinner paper, sometimes it could rip up the paper. So I'm crossing my fingers. Hope that won't happen today. Usually I think I would have peeled them off way sooner, but I forgot. Oops. Okay, so we're good here. Oh yeah, that looks better. I think I might do that here too, actually. Yeah. And then we have this one to do. I think then I'll be ready to do my wash part. I have returned. Hello, welcome. Welcome back. Did you go to the bathroom or something? Not that I want to know. Actually, never mind. I didn't ask. Things should just be kept in my mind. Okay. This feels a little too bright, so I'm gonna fill that in. I think we're almost there with the watercolor part. I'm gonna do a little bit with that brown color, and then let's get into the gouache part, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think all that looks good. This one then. I'll show what brown I have here. Okay, that's pretty dark. I'm mixing in a little bit of mustard yellow to brighten it up. Start with a small area in case I have regrettable moments. Regrettable. So I don't think mustard yellow is the right thick color, but so now I just mixed in some burnt sienna, which is a warm brown. I think that's better. That's my dog. Okay. Okay, I don't think I should be the color for that area. So I'm gonna move on to here first. Because I have the color in my paintbrush already, I wanna use it. Looks good. This part darker. And the other trick with watercolors, and I'm in violation of it all the time, but I am aware of the thing I should be doing, is that you gotta make sure you load your brush with enough ink. A lot of times I don't do enough of it, and then it doesn't have a great outcome. It reminded me of this area because I did a lot of, I like it when there's a loaded brush, so to speak. Oh, I think I should probably get a bigger blender brush that's round, which I don't have. Yeah. Make sure enough water. Can you see this? Cool. Just gonna leave that be and do its thing. Okay. I think I might have made this brown too. Let's see. A little bit. Have no fear. There you go. I'm gonna drop some dark paint, just like that. I think it's okay. I guess it will make sense if I did this area too. There's some continuity. I know I'm painting the part of the painting where I can't really reach because it's so big. But I have a little. It's actually my daughter's stool that I'm stepping on. I really do like these contrasts with the blues and browns, actually. Don't love how this part came out, so I'm gonna just dab some of that ink away. There you go. I think I still need to resolve this two area. I also think mixing this brown has been the hardest thing to do. We have a blessed day. I have adulting to adult too. All right, graphics. So awesome having you here. And yes, adulting is gonna have to be sometimes we have to do some adulting sometimes. So have fun adulting. Have a great day. And thanks for stopping by, as always. Cool. Okay, I add a little bit mustard yellow. I really like how it pops against it. But then I feel like I probably should bring a little bit of color into the other part. Otherwise, you just feel so separated, which is not nice. Maybe a little bit here. Cool. Adulting wonder. I know, adulting. Eventually, we all had to go adult. Boo. I like this color. Let's put some into the other leaves. Maybe add some of that here. Oh, there you go. Cool. I guess I like that pop of mustard in the center. Let's add it here too. Didn't plan on it. I was gonna leave that white, but I like it, so let's just do it on all of them. On this side anyways. Cool. This girl I gotta do. Does that make sense here? Maybe. So you see how just these petals are so separated from surroundings, which I don't like. So I'm gonna bring some of that color over. Maybe like that. There you go. That's better. I'm probably gonna go over the branches one more time. Then I promise we'll get to the orbits. It's more so I can't wait to peel all that masking fluid off. So I want to do that. Eh. Thank you, Trevor. I think it's coming together. It's coming together. It wants to. I guess I'm kind of seeing the finish or starting to see the finish slowly. Leave that be. Going to do here. Okay. So I think I'm probably good with the flower petals and whatnot because I don't want to get them too detailed, like I said earlier. Now let's work on the branches just a tad bit. Like these girls right here. Ugh. And the second wash on the branches. What I usually do is I'll wet the stem with just water, and then I'll drop in some pretty dark, pretty saturated paint, and then just let it spread, and it kind of creates this cool texture, which I enjoy. Like here, it feels pretty monochromatic, like a pretty even toned, and I don't want that, so I'm gonna put some water on. Again, I'm trying to not overdo it. Then it'll probably do the opposite. Ooh, what happened here the other day? cool. This like seems this is like the main branch. I guess I have to do the same colors. Give a little bit sheen on the water. Yikes, I think I did too much water in some areas. Which is not what I want, so I'm gonna gently dab some of that water away. The underside's darker. Corner's probably darker. Cool. That's kind of cool in this screen, huh? Now that texture is starting to happen. Oh, that's water. Wrong pen. This one definitely needs it. You guys see here? Yes. Oh, see, this is what happens with too much water. Just kind of pools. But I said, oh well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Make sure I don't do that here. I'll start here because all these things coming off of it, I want to make it look cool. So surprisingly, the color that I mix in to get this really cool, like dusty brown, I guess we call it, is actually crimson red. It's a cool red color I'm mixing in to get that color. It took me a while, a bunch of experiments to realize that was the color that you needed. Yeah, I think it was too wet here. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit and go back and add this color I want to add. Okay. I'm not gonna do the top one. I think it's fine as the very fainted gestural look. But this one I want to. I wonder if all that dab, oh, like you can always see all that dabbings made my brush tip off. Which is fine. I can just cut it off, I think, like trim it off. But maybe I don't need to do that. Okay. Okay, I think it's pretty cool now. So I kind of worked on this right side, left side, sorry, left side of the painting now. Gotta go back to the middle part. I wonder if I need to give it a wash later. Really don't want to. Ideally, I usually do my background wash as the first thing actually, then I could go with, thicker colors, darker colors on top. But lately I realized my wash is always like too light. Then I go back and add more washes, which I don't love to do. But I'm looking at this one thinking I might have to do that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Trevor. Cat hair. This is what I get for not peeling it off too soon. Then all sorts of things start to get stuck on it. The time. I think we're making good progress today. Yay. This line kind of is wrapping around my orbit. Try to take her down. Yeah, definitely gotta do a little bit wash here, I think. Also, what I'm doing now is definitely giving it more like a two-tone color, more depth to the color, which is good, which is what I want. Too wet here. haven't seen me dabbing too much today. I remember I remember some sessions I feel like I'll be just dabbing the entire time, but today not too bad. All right. Anything else? Yeah, I think I did it. I think I covered all the areas. All right. Wash my brushes. I'm gonna switch over to my gouache part. Just like intermission, I guess. Intermission, guys. Also, I haven't opened my gouache palette in like a couple weeks. Let's see where we are. What is state of the ooh. This is the state of my gouache palette. Ooh, not so great. So I'll probably gotta set that up again. Actually, before I go full gouache, I do want to wash this area with a little bit of that blue color. I don't know why I stopped here. Maybe I should go all the way. Oh, because I didn't want to go over the line. I think that's why. No, though, yes, I'm pretty excited about painting these orbits. My last painting, I think I made them kind of small, so I guess it was easier to paint, but also there wasn't much to paint. So I'm looking forward to this one. Anywhere else I want to darken the shadows? This will be the time, I think. And I'm going to use this navy blue as a way to darken my shadows underneath. Okay. So definitely here. I was debating, should I, put down colors first and then blend or glaze it first and then drop in the dark. So I chose the first method today. I think either way is fine. Either way does a job. Maybe this gives me a little bit more control, I think. See, it's just not dark enough. I want to push these dark shadows back so the flower really pops on top. That's the main goal here. Really brave here. Whoa, that is really dark. I hope I don't regret this. Okay, not too bad. I have a little bit of brown in my blender brush, which is good. Kind of use water and this paint too. To make sure that dark blue doesn't get too out of control. Okay, breathe. Yeah, I know why I never use a super dark color because it makes me so nervous. Oh, seems. Yes, I think so too. Why am I so nervous? Okay. I think I'm gonna do that here. I started doing that the other day, but as you can see. It dried pretty light. Yeah, I want to do this before I peel this masking fluid off. So yes. Now or never. I think right now the balance of just clean water and how much paint I drop is pretty important, because when I lay down this dark color, the paint's gonna spread like this, right? But if I wash it at the bottom with more clean water, then it's gonna push the paint backwards. And it's a very delicate dance, I'll say, right now. I do love this orb bed though. She's like just laying on the floor, giving up. Good. Don't make them go left and right. Really are eras like, oh, I wish I don't blend that, and then go ahead and do anyway. Okay. Okay. So I'm mostly water, but I'm dabbing, bringing a little bit of brown into this background now. I want to use this brown to kind of push, hopefully blend with the blue a little bit. Also add some more texture at the bottom. Kind of wish I had a bigger brush right now. I think I mentioned that earlier. It's pretty fun. Cool. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I think I definitely need to glaze the top some more, but probably not today because I want everything dry first. Okay. Okay. Let this area dry, but I think I probably will start with the orbit on top because that was the driest area. Or is the driest area right now? What do you say? I think the face has got a... I'm stalling. See, I'm stalling on starting gouache. Also, I thought this eyebrow was a little too thin. So here we go. And also, I have a little bit of red on it, believe it or not, to give it the secondary depth. Okay. All right. Okay. Thing I've been wanting to... Oh, shit. Wouldn't it be... Well, not awesome, but it would just be my luck. And I'm like doing this on live, trying to peel this off, and then suddenly I can't or something. But no, we're still good. Phew. I think I mentioned in my last few sessions, or I've been using a much thinner paper. It's 150 pounds instead of my usual 300 pounds. It's half as thin as the other paper I've been using. Do I notice any difference? Only in handling it, not really when I'm painting it, if that makes sense. But I do have to stretch this thinner paper a little bit more. Using my newfound water stretching hack where I'm just stretching and underpainting all in one step and then let it dry. Saved me a lot of time. So I guess the longer you let the masking fluid sit on paper, it's just the harder to peel. So I'm really have to rub it to separate it. Whereas maybe if it's just like 2 days old, then I can probably just like pull this whole thing up. But I'm glad my paper is not coming off with it, which has happened before, and which was what I was nervous about earlier. Since I totally forgot to peel it over the weekend. Mm.
Think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you need.
Okay, I'm going to mix some gouache paint now,
If you have something that's going on in your life
and
right now,
I'll be right back. So, intermission.
it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Okay, so I am going to mix a pale. Oh boy. Okay, I need to make sure I mix enough paint because this is a quite large orbit, probably bigger than I have ever done. Probably this color. Okay. Probably use a bigger, oh, not even bigger brush. Look at that. I have to move on to my bigger brushes now because there is bigger. And this one, what I'm not going to use these two today. This is probably okay. You're probably wondering why I'm switching back and forth on the brush tip because I need to have one to lay down the gouache paint, but one to blend. But I don't want my blender brush to be too small. Okay, here we go. I have to remind myself because my gouache, or bed is quite large today that I need to mix enough paint. I'm sure you guys hear me talk about this in my past streams. If you've been to my past stream before that, I always never mix enough color. Such a bad habit to have. Then I have to remix that color, and that would be very, very hard to do. Hmm. Get out my gouache palette in case I need to mix a lot more ink, a lot more paint, which I have a feeling I will today. The color I use most in my gouache palette is actually white and brown, believe it or not. Blue to cool this down. Cool it down some more. Nice. That's not nice. So I'm mixing the mid-tone color and my shadow color at the same time. And then squeeze out some white, which I know I'm going to need in a second. All right, here we go. Go. Just going for it today. Okay, I like the color. And I probably mentioned this before, but gouache dries so fast that I had to work really fast right now. And it has a very similar property as acrylic, actually. Oops. Yes. See, this brush is slightly too small. That's why I was spend a little bit of time picking my brush. To avoid this from happening, which happened anyway. That's okay. I'm gonna just leave that part be. Blend this in. Oh, hi, doggy. How are you? Hello, hello. I don't know if you caught my monologue of talking about my gouache paint. Racing against time right now. How have you been though? It's been a minute, I think. So I'm kind of in my second half of my life now where I'm using my gouache paint, which is also the most nerve-wracking part for me. Do all this blending before the paint dries. It's funny, and I'm so stubborn. I don't want to switch brush mid painting because I'm trying to get a feel of the painting, and then once I brushes, and once I get feel of it, I don't want to switch. Even though I probably could benefit from using a bigger brush right now. Rah. So she's like clinging on to this tiny branch. Oh, and this my paper has a little bit teeth on it, texture. And my gouache paint is pretty thick because sometimes you get that dry brush effect. So I'm trying to like really rub it into the paper because I don't want to see all these white speckles in the background. Ugh. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Yes, crazy times. And I'm a fan of when time gets crazy, when life gets crazy, do more art to get myself away from crazy. It really centers and grounds me. And I think art kind of has that effect, I guess. Because, right now, this moment's real. This is a moment I can touch and feel. And it matters to me. Yeah, I need to get on a bigger brush for light color. Oh no, that's not much. The thing with gouache is I can just cover it right up. Not a big deal. I switched to a bigger brush for the white, for my light color, for my highlight color. Because that little brush was not cutting it. Oh, thank you. I try, right? I try. We gotta create that great energy from for ourselves. Can't count on anything else these days. I'm holding 3 different brushes right now in my hand. I'm just to make sure I don't use the wrong color at the wrong moment. But yeah, how are things with you? Are you kicking butt? Bringing out the good vibes, Dougie? Oh, why is this? What's that going? Okay, this brush is because how big it is. My first time using it, believe it or not. It's awesome at blending, actually. But seriously though, what I'm realizing is that when I go bigger scale, because I'm painting this orbit in a probably bigger scale than I ever have, everything feels different. Very strange. Trying to stay low. Yes, I do. I try to stay alive, but just trying to like stay sane, I guess. I miss the simpler times. Check off the edges. I think I just got some paint in my hair. Cool. Another year, yes, yes. We are coming up towards the end of the year though. This is like usually I joke, this is like the time for me. I freak out because I was like, there would be, usually it's like I give myself so many goals to accomplish in a year, and this usually is the time I feel like I didn't do anything and I freak out and have like a major crisis. But I had to say, this year so far it's been okay. I've been, ticking off the boxes, and I'm quite proud of myself for doing that. So I'm looking forward to the next year. Have stuff planned, have stuff in the works that I'm excited about. So there is that. Okay, so I feel like it was so crappy looking, but now that it's all dried a little bit, I think we're fine. We're good. We will be okay. See, everything has an ugly girl face. Even the part within the painting, I guess. Yeah, I would love to hear how you guys feel about what you've accomplished this year, and if you're happy with it, not happy with it. I don't know, is October too soon to do this reflection? I guess usually this happens in December. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have a couple months to get things done, I guess. It's like her belly that's all tucked in, so I'm trying to make it darker. Oh, happy belated! Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. I hope you had a good birthday celebration and got to at least have some fun or relax. Yes, I think we all can benefit from staying humble, I guess. And not that we need a lot of help with that, 'cause the world we live in is just a very humbling experience. Every day is a humbling experience for me, at least. Cool. Are you someone who love birthdays or you don't love birthdays? I'm at half and half. I myself don't love birthdays, but I love other people's birthdays. It's way more fun. Ow! That was my funny bone. Stay strong. Yes, I love that. I mean, I have to trust that evil will not win, that the world is in the end just, even though there are unfair and unjust moments. But sometimes I like maybe that's too naive of me. Because if you look at the history of humankind, it's littered with just bad shit, you know? Excuse my language. But at least we need to have that faith. We have to believe. I totally get what you mean. I love my daughter's birthday to plan it and all that stuff, but I don't love my own birthday. It's partially because that attention, I guess, like it's like you have the pressure, like you feel like you have to do something, even though just most of the time it's just another day for us adults. We still got work, we still had adult. But I enjoy celebrating getting wiser, I guess. Okay, that looks not bad. I think my gouache layer today is actually pretty thin, believe it or not. Did you do anything special for your birthday? Did I ask this already? Sorry, did you answer already? Okay. Brush, okay. I'm trying this thing where I don't know if you guys noticed, but the body part, I didn't lay down one color for everything. I did kind of lay down different colors for different parts of it. But here, since the area is so small, I wonder if I could do that. So I'm gonna use this mid-tone to do the whole thing. That's right. Then they win, I guess. I guess that applies to a lot of things in life, right? The series I'm working on, I'm exploring like anxiety and how that shows up for me and everyone else. And it's one of those things, if you let the anxiety take over you, then nothing good happens, right? But the act of combating it, actively combating it and be aware of it, I think is the work. So anything we dislike or don't agree with in life, you kind of have to employ the same tactic. I think it's important to know where, like, yourself in this whole thing and don't lose yourself. Then all is lost, right? Was like, please don't drop this paint on the paper. That's all white background. That's what I'm worried about right now. Just that pizza was really good with you, which I can share with all you guys. Oh, I love that. I mean, what's more appropriate than a pizza party for birthdays, right? I love that. Pizza party is appropriate for birthdays at any age. I am convinced now. Also, I feel like I'm going through this so slow right now. I should speed up. Love pizza, yes. What's your favorite pizza topping? Everyone, everyone go. Mine is, I'm trying to think. This flavor I love isn't always available at pizza places, but if I see it, I always get it, which is like sausage and fennel. That's my favorite. But I know the fennel taste is not for everyone. So if I'm sharing it with my husband or my child, then I almost can never have it. Boo. Having a little character fighting little demons. Oh, trust me, I was just sharing earlier that I have this thought for a series that's more actually gouache based and watercolor as a secondary paint. Whereas I feel like everything I do now is kind of the opposite. It's watercolor is the main, and then gouache is the secondary. And yes, it's happening. See, I also believe there's a certain wavelength of just the entire world that we feel it, others feel it too. And I think with that thought, we should all feel less lonely about everything because there's someone else out there shares and resonates with us. And guys, I'm stepping up and down and I'm actually sweating. God. Yeah, you see in a lot of oh my gosh, I'm gonna butcher this name. I know how to say it. Nepal, like pizza from Nepal, which has like its own style, I guess. Not Napoleon, not Napoleon. A good old American is like, sausage or pepperoni or just plain cheese. Can't go never go wrong with that. So this brush has no paint on it because everything's still wet right now. Luckily, I am just blending it a bit, which I don't want. Okay. Whew. And lastly, sounds good. Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. Have a good lunch, good dinner. I think you're having I think you should be eating lunch, but it's actually dinner time or right before dinner time. So late lunch, early dinner maybe. I think I'm gonna be on for maybe another hour or so at the most. And then I gotta go. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, why am I doing what I'm doing, ask away before I jump off. Oh, it's doing this because I don't have enough moisture in my brush, but I don't want to add too much water because then it will become too wet. I'm currently using a wet palette, and I can just feel it when it gets too dry. I can feel it in my brush. Add some water to the bottom tray. Oh. Oh, mellow mushroom. That sounds like a cool name. I don't know, but veggie pizza. Yes. Mellow mushroom. What a great name for pizza place. Because my orbits are bigger this time, I really can't really skim on even the thinner areas. I don't know if you guys notice in some of my orbits, because the top is so thin, like small area, I just kind of didn't blend too much and it was totally fine. But because this is so much bigger, I actually had to not be lazy about it. I did make her this stigma, I guess, call it, or not like straight, which I think I like them better. I looked at some of my old orbits. Some of the top are pretty straight, some are not as much, and I think I should do them not always so straight. But which goes better with my surrounding. I think. That's my opinion as of today. Could change, it could change. Oh, seafood pizza, Trevor. I don't think I ever had seafood pizza either. You know, when you go to China at the Pizza Hut in China, they have a like a squid pizza with squid ink and all that. And I see so many people ordering it. I myself have never brave enough to try it. Treasure Power Pizza Party. That's cute. Oh, I am now curious. Cool. Nice. Okay. Gonna wash my brushes and get ready for the second set of color, which is around the collar area. And I think that's gonna be a muted brown yellowish color, maybe. So, Ducky, have you been doing any art lately? What are you working on? Are you doing Inktober? Is that something that you care about? I think Wonder earlier said she's behind on it, and I was like, I'm so behind, I never started. Oops. Yeah, some people are so good about it. They do it every day and keep up with it. Admiration, pure admiration on my end. That's awesome. Yeah, I think you'll probably like that if you like seafood pizza. Hang on tight while I mix the second color. Which might take me a minute. It's such a strange. Off to a bad start. I was mixing color for one other part, but I ended up mixing a color that's probably okay with for this area. There you go. And then we're just gonna go with it. Dag, yes, I do like the flowers. How did you get them to be with that color? You mean this flower right here? I know, I love that color too. It was a pretty tricky color to mix. As you can see, it's more really a gray color more than anything else. So I started off with this teal color base, and I kept on adding gray and blue to get that color. And it's also it has a lot of water in it. Doesn't really make sense because it's watercolor. I guess it doesn't have a lot of pigment. It's like a really pale color, thin color. There you go. So with watercolor, to get the light color, you add water. It becomes more and more transparent as the color becomes more and more light. But with gouache, you add white to get the pale color. So it becomes more and more opaque, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think this color, I feel like it's probably just a gray color if I had to give it a name. It's like celadon gray. It's like bluish gray, I guess. Or green, teal gray would be what I would call it. I love that. Yes. No sense stressing yourself out about it. I didn't want to start because I know I'm gonna do a half-ass job at it, and then it's like, what's the point? What's the point having like a one post on my Instagram with Inktober? It just doesn't make sense. I did create one piece for Inktober last year. Don't remember if I did anything the year before. So there you go, as we feel like it, and that's okay. Swing my swab brush, so to speak. So I came out pretty strong here. Dark pupil. Let's make it pretty big since she's in like fight and flight mode, I guess. Okay, I'm slightly questioning my decisions right now. Okay, we'll let that dry and see how that goes. Ugh. Ew. Okay, looks okay on screen. Okay. Thank you. I'm like, oh, did I make some? Uh, my husband never dresses up. He's not a Halloween person whatsoever. My daughter is complaining about her Halloween costume because she got her Elsa dress super early, like in August, I kid you not. But then now it's like, everybody's K-pop demon hunter, and she's like, I don't want to be that anymore. And I told her I'm not buying her another costume just because she doesn't like this one. So she has to come up with some creative way of altering it, maybe. Um, with that being said, I feel like an asshole saying that because I got some K-pop demon hunter hair for myself. I think I'm just gonna braid my hair like that and then dress up in somewhat of a similar outfit, but I'm not gonna go too crazy. And we don't really have ever done like a family costume because my husband never dresses up. So, so complicated, so complicated. But she's been invited to like 3 K-pop Demon Hunter birthday theme party or themed birthday party already, and people still crazy about it, believe it or not, especially kids. Let's see, I mixed it. Oh, pretty color. Okay, okay. I gotta pat myself on the back for mixing this color. Oh, no, damn it. The perfect shade of anything, such an elusive thing. What do we call this? Like olive? I feel like I made a acidic olive color. There you go. I really do feel like every time as I'm getting closer to finish, like working on this orbit, I absolutely believe that these little creatures makes the painting. Without it, I don't think my painting will be as interesting. So I love you guys. Love you. My little dudes. Actually, they're not dudes, they're girls. Duh. My little girls, my little creatures. I guess they're very mischievous to me. I think that's why I like sometimes call them little dudes. But if you have kids, you know that little girls are even probably more mischievous than little boys. Little boys are simpler in some ways. Right? I know. They're just so fun. Yeah, I think at some point I'm gonna like give them names. So I should make like a what are those things called? Character list? Oh, like a name list? Character sheet? Yeah, I think at some point I want to make them give like all the little orbits I ever painted, like a name, the background story. I think that'll be fun. Also, a huge undertake, so it might take me a while. But then if I ever decide I want to launch merch or something, or like, toys and whatnot, I think that's probably when I'll do it. And that's definitely something I want to do in the future. Hopefully not too far in the future. Hint, hint, guys, hint. Oh yeah, and for those of you guys who are watching, if you want to keep up with, my art releases, this little hints I'm giving, things I'm working on, I do have a VIP list where I send monthly emails to update you guys on things, and I share sometimes discounts on my prints and arts and products that I don't share anywhere else. So if you guys are interested, you want to keep up with what I'm doing, the link is in the description, and I'll appreciate it if you sign up. Thank you. And I don't spam you or don't sell a list on spam or anything like that, so don't worry. It's just for me and my art only. Saku from Gunman. Yeah. I watched a few Gunman movies in the days. Now that you mention it, it's like, yeah, I can see that. And it also totally reminds me of Pokemon. And that's something I watch every day with my kid. Not that I'm watching it, but just in the background, I'm observing. I think after I paint this guy, I'm probably gonna end because it's not enough time for me to start a new one. And then if I start mixing colors, then it's a whole thing. So yes, this is gonna be my last thing I paint. There you go. Oh, hi, Crimson. You know what's funny? She's probably seen all of them, but she does not love the original one. She calls them what did she call them the other day? Okay, mind you, she's only 6, so the terminology might be a little iffy. But she called them like I don't like the flat paper ones. But I think she's watched it, but she has watched them. She has watched all the new series and all the branching off ones, but that's what she said about the original ones. I almost died. It was really funny how she termed it like the flat paper ones. I was like, flat paper ones? You mean the real pen and ink and drawn ones? Yeah. I don't know if she appreciates the artistry of the original one, but she's super into it. She's collecting the cards now. I don't know. I'm still yet to trying to find an educational reason for them. Kids these days, I know. Trust me, I had a reaction. I had a reaction of that, what she said. And I don't even think she has any appreciation for claymation yet, which I think is like the coolest thing ever. Because we're watching Nightmare Before Christmas. Such a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant movie and brilliant story. No appreciation yet. There's also like a 3D animated, how do I say this? It's like 3D claymation, but like animated, not actual claymation, I don't think. Which I find super creepy, actually. She doesn't like it either. She likes the very clean, illustrated, clean edges style. Such a shame, I know. I know. Sounds good, Aggie. See you later. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you sometime in the future soon. And stay sane. Be happy. I did say earlier that happiness is such an illusion in the Buddhist way of looking at it. So stay grounded is what I should wish people. There you go. Stay grounded. Okay. And now the little tippy area. I think I should still doing this color. So I drew like a little leaf at the end of it, and I'm looking at it like that's so boring. My other two are bad, such an interesting story. That's too boring. That can't happen. So making a game time decision of doing something else here. Gosh. And then the next question becomes, what are you going to do? How long does it take you to paint your piece? They're very intricate. Crimson asks, how long does it take me to paint my pieces? It kind of varies. Actually, no, it's about, if I count the exact hours, maybe like 12 to 15 hours, but I do them over a period of 2 weeks. And that's why I've been very grateful for my live stream because otherwise I don't think I'll be this disciplined in completing one fresh piece every 2 weeks, like as clockwork. So I live stream 2 sessions on it, and then I paint. I work with it the days I'm not live streaming. So yeah, I was counting on it, counting the hours. So probably um, 12, maybe it's more, maybe it's like 15, 20 hours, I say. Because, when I'm live, it's like 4 hours-ish, 2 days, that's 8 hours, plus like 4 or 5 other sessions, a couple hours. So yeah, like 15 to 20 hours, but probably close to 20, 18 is probably my sweet spot. So, if I am super disciplined and I don't do anything else, no adulting whatsoever, then I can probably complete it in 3 full days. But I certainly have never done that. There's so much other things in life that yeah. Okay, so instead of boring flower petal or leaf, I made a hook, which I thought was appropriate because she's climbing, and then at some point she's gonna help herself up and down, right? So having a hook is helpful, but she's not using it because she's living life on the edge right now. And then if there's any predators along the way, I guess you can use the hook as self-defense. But I think when we're anxious, this little guy represents those moments when we're super anxious, have anxiety, that we don't end up making the best decisions, right? Sometimes we might find ourselves, I'm just gonna do this because I'm so anxious and I just want to get something done, and that ends up being the wrong thing, and you waste like all that time to work on it. This girl is kind of representing that feeling. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I think it's cute. Maybe we'll add a little bit of trim on the side. So it's just not so soft in the hook. It's not just, That's amazing. I work at hospital, only get like 2 hours a day from all my hobbies and unwinding. It's hard to stay motivated on all piece. I completely understand. But hospital is hard work, and you're helping people, so you should be proud of yourself on that end. But then all the hospital, uh, but yeah, I totally get what you mean. Like I think before I start live streaming, I will have to, I mean, I still do a lot of my painting sessions. I wake up at 4 a.m. So I paint from 4 to 6. So that's 2 hours, 2 solid hours of quiet me time, right? And then my kid will wake up around 6 o'clock, maybe a little bit before, like 5:30 or so. She'll come into the studio. Then as she come in, then she start chatting to me, and then that magic, that spell is broken. Then I know it's like, okay, need to wrap it up. Um, and for that exact reason, that's why make myself wake up so early, because there's just no time, no time in other, no time during the day to do this. And not to like glorify it, but it's more like I want to be a professional artist. I want to do this for a living, and making art is kind of my only job as an artist, right? Like without the art to sell or to market, then I don't have a business. So that's why I have to make myself do it. But if it's a hobby, I would think that, getting enough rest and have a good mental state of mind for your actual job is more important. So even if you're just 2 hours, I think that's still awesome. That's 2 hours that you can work on it versus not. So I'm giving you a positive spin on it, but I know it's probably super frustrating in some ways. Um, yeah, I when I had my full-time job, I certainly felt that way. But now I do a lot of random jobs just to make up for the the art part. I'm just, still looking for my patron in the arts area. So I do some video editing for people, um, which I actually self-taught in the past couple years. Now I can do it for other people, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Someone asked me to do like lead a session on art therapy. We're still in the talks. And I was like, that's awesome. I can definitely do that. So I do a lot of random jobs to supplement, but yeah. I don't know which one's better, to be honest. At least now with that hospital job, there's 2 hours you can get to it, right? But now I really have to protect my time because it's so easy to be eaten up by other things. But also, I guess I'm my family. I moved, influenced my family to move to a area where it's much cheaper to live versus LA, so that I can do this. I don't know if I ever shared that before, actually. So there you have it. The things we do is to support our dreams and hopes. Oh, that's awesome course to teach. I've done I've only done one video of how to create texture in watercolor, which is on my channel. You can totally go watch, different ways of creating cool textures with different objects in your house. I've done a video like that, but no, I've not done like a how-to video on watercolor. Yeah. I mean, if there's an interest, absolutely. And obviously, as you're watching my live, if there's any questions or anything that you want to know more about, you can definitely ask. I can even show you live on my painting of how to do certain things. Because I shared this the other day. It was like, when you on YouTube, you might find so many videos and tech like how to do watercolor, but surprisingly, with watercolor, it only comes down to four techniques. It's like wet on wet, wet on dry, dry on wet, and dry on dry. Actually, dry on dry probably doesn't even happen that often. It's just those techniques we use in different combinations in different ways to create all these different look and feel. And there are definitely techniques I want to get better at so that it's 'cause to achieve a certain look I want to have. But yeah, so so yeah, I would definitely should do that. If not, might be a good idea to do on Skillshare. Oh, Skillshare. Oh, that's a good idea. Then I can make some side income too, huh? Hmm. Yes. Brain turning. Yes. I will look into that. Thank you for that suggestion. I think that's totally something doable. Then like I can, work on how to create texture, how to get started, what to do when you have no idea what to paint, how to do abstract watercolor, which is also super cool, I think. Yeah, I will look into Skillshare actually, among other things. Hmm, yeah. All right, guys, let's see what we have so far. I have two or best left to paint. I'm probably gonna finish it off the screen over the weekend. And I'm looking at this painting. It's like I think I need to do some more washes in the background. Like, let's take a look. So empty area, little bed, it'll do. I think once that's done, this painting's gonna look completely different. Let's see. Did I do her head weird today? Maybe. That's all right though. So she is the main subject emerging from these flowers. In that tension, I said, this orb is holding a needle to her neck actually, so she can't really quite relax, but can't really quite get up either from all the weight that's on top of her. I want to explore that tension we have when we're having the anxiety. So this area I definitely worked on with the most detail, most crisp edges and darkest colors, I want to say. And then this left side is more in the periphery. So I didn't want to go too detailed on it, but these two, since they're so close to us, they are more detailed, and then it kind of loosens up in the background. And as you can see, uh, there is a lot of white areas here and also on top. That corner is washed with a very, very faint teal color, but I think that could be way darker. So I'm probably gonna do more washes to bring more texture, more colors. Definitely some more washes here. But yeah, you can see it's taking shape. I love the colors of I love the colors of this painting. Ugh, the cord doesn't go that far. Yeah. This painting's so big, I had to like go so far out to show you guys the whole thing. So hopefully when I have them on my wall in the back, I'm gonna switch this painting out with this one next week. That we can all look at it vertically for the first time and see how we feel about it. But yeah, there we have it. Cool. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna set this down here with her. Yeah. And I got sufficient workout because I've been going up and down the Stairmaster in the making. See, when you go bigger, you run into all sorts of new problems that you have to solve. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the past almost 4 hours. Wow, time flies. I'm really happy with where I ended today. I think I can do a little bit more, but probably not too much. And then next week, I'll come back with a new painting. I actually have no idea what's next week, but it's probably gonna be another big piece. and then after that, maybe I'll take a break from big pieces. But yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure to you hit that like and subscribe button. Maybe share with somebody else that you think will enjoy this content and my art and whatnot. It'll really help. And if I don't talk to you in any places else, have a great rest of the day and rest of the week. I'll see you guys back next week, same time. I start at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so whatever that is, where you are in the world. And I hope to catch you next week. All right. Bye, guys.